Well, hey everyone, and welcome back to our special series, ABA Terms Defined. I'm here with my special guest. He has over 40 years of experience in the field of ABA, a PhD in special education, and he's a BACBD. My name is Jessica Leichtweisz. I'm the CEO of Hope Education Services. That's my dog in the background making all that noise. And we're going to have Keith define for us today what is behavior momentum. Keith, thank you so much for being here. Welcome back. And what is behavior momentum?
Good to be with you again, Jessica. So behavioral momentum is also known as pre-task requests. And what you're doing is a situation where maybe the learner or child needs to move from one setting to another. So what you're doing is providing some antecedent cues and ahead of time before you deliver the specific instruction that you want the child to do. So for instance, if you want the child to go to their room, and if you just say go to their room, they may say, no, I don't want to, or start crying or tantruming or whatever. So what you're doing is you're going to give some antecedent cues real fast, 3 to 5, and then give the cue for what you want the child to do. So for instance, you may say, give me a high five, give me a fist bump, what's your name, take this, give it to me, go to your room. And then once they go to their room, then you deliver reinforcement for their compliance with the request. So the key thing is that you're doing 3 to 5 really quick things that you know they can do, that they're going to respond to appropriately right before you give the command or instruction of what you want them to do. So you're just kind of setting up that behavioral momentum where you're doing some pre-task requests on what you want the child to do. So it's real quick, they do it, and then you deliver the reinforcement for their doing it. So it can be a real effective strategy that's easy to use, and usually the child responds pretty well to it.
Yeah, Keith, it's one of my favorite strategies to use. That's why I asked you to define this for us technically. You know, for me, when I have a child who I know he may not want to comply with an instruction that's hard, usually I do my best to get them in that peak state where if they're gaining access to that reinforcement, they're knowing they did a great job, then they tend to be more likely to comply than if they're grumpy or, you know, if an instruction that's hard is just coming out of the blue. So this is a technique that I use all the time for children that have a hard time complying with instructions, or even just to raise their self-esteem if I'm going to be having them engage in something that's difficult for them. So I love this activity. Thank you so much for sharing it.
Thank you, Jessica.
Keith, you have some books that would be incredibly valuable to people who want to learn about ABA, the technicalities of it, and how to really apply it in a meaningful way in their instruction and for their children. What are those books, and where can we find them?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Jessica, because I happen to have some copies here. So the first one is Systematic Instruction for Students and Adults with Disabilities, and it goes into a lot of the basic teaching methods, how to do task analysis, how to deliver prompts and cues, and so on. Specific to behavioral momentum, positive behavior supports in classrooms and schools. It has a little section on behavioral momentum strategies. And then if you're working with individuals who are older, then we have positive behavior supports for adults with disabilities in employment, community, and residential settings, which also discusses those topics.
Well, thank you so much for sharing them. We're going to have the links to them in the comments below. And I want to encourage you to get them. Check out Dr. Keith's stuff. He's incredible. I've learned so much from him, and I'm going to definitely be getting those books and checking them out. So thank you so much for being here. If you're watching this video, like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to put out more videos like this to help you better understand the technical terms of ABA.